And isn't it gorgeous? I can milk you. It's called One Piece School Dress. Alright, this is reason for concern. Next post, I tried cutifying the Mosshorn. Hytale has not yet been released, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have a fun and very active fan base and a very active, relatively active subreddit. Not Reddit. And we're gonna review that subreddit today, baby. See the face of a man that's been attacked by mosquitoes half the night. I couldn't sleep. I only slept, what, 3 hours? At most, bro. First post that we have, and the one with the most upvotes of the whole week, is an art contest entry made by Quarzojan. A nest left unprotected, my submission to the art contest. Beautiful. The moment right before disaster. I like probably gonna win, if I'm honest. Even though the next one is really good as well, because the next post that is very high up the vote list this week is another art contest entry, the Mosshorn, made by Righteous Pebble. And isn't it gorgeous? I swear the Mosshorn is the best mob we've seen so far from all the mobs in Hytale. It looks so aggressive and wild. Well, at least in this picture it does. I think on Twitter he stated that he wanted to make it look like basically a mixture between Swamp, Cow and Appa from The Legend of Aang. So I think he got pretty close. Pretty good Appa vibes. Getting some Appa frequencies here. Next post. Look who made the post. Ooh, made by Seriamon. Wonder who that was. Every Hytale YouTuber. Hytale monthly blog post. I can milk you. If we look this week, more than 24, maybe 3 dozen videos on the Hytale blog post. I mean, what else are you supposed to make videos on, right? It's easy and free content, so anyone would go for that. By the way, this meme was heavily inspired by the top post of the last week. Just wanted to say that so people are happy with me. A Firenzmol meme. It's like one of those fox thingies. And this meme, it's beautiful. I've looked at this for 5 hours now. Next post by Vig Solanki, the sandstorm effect. I don't know why this got so many votes. I'll make it worth your while looking at this by playing the root sandstorm. Copyrighted music, I'm gonna get striked. Just for you, lads. I'm such a good YouTuber. Here's some artwork made by Havin. It's nicely done, I guess. Looks good. Next up, we got a screenshot from the Hytale announcement trailer. And it's just a very short frame where we can see that one of the items, one of the clothing items is called One Piece School Dress, which is just awesome. I didn't upvote many of these. I'll do that while scrolling by from now on. Another concept art by Havin, the Barbed Terror. It's very barbed indeed, very rigid, very sharp. It looks a bit too plain almost, but hey, well done. I quite like it. I enjoy it. Gets an upvote, of course. Next highest vote was the progress update, the blog post. And right after that, we have a little discussion. Ores in Hytale. We've all been shown that there's going to be a bunch of new ores for us to find in Hytale. But what exactly will they be used for? I obviously want them to be worth mining for, but I don't want them to be only used for simply getting the next gear, like in games such as Terraria. Well, understandable. Here's my thoughts real quick. Of course, you'll be able to make armor, especially with ores like copper or iron, right? But iron is used for a lot of stuff. We've seen that there's potions, so probably the brewing equipment will be requiring some amount of ores. I take it some of the structural stuff, like maybe like the bell in Minecraft, if that makes sense. It's just building materials. They might take some ore to acquire and craft. Oh, I should have read the whole post. Yeah, there's basically 3 things he names here that he wants to happen, or to have happen. One of them, copper, should maybe work as wires for electricity, so we have some redstone in Hytale. Mithril, which is apparently an ore. I need to learn all this stuff. I'm so far behind. Mithril should be used in magic, and gems and stuff should maybe have extra uses like grinding them up into dust and putting them on your weapon for special effects, for example. A ruby giving you damage up on your sword, maybe. But I didn't find any new ideas in the comments other than the stuff that I had already named previously. Can everybody, especially the YouTubers, stop saying it's the last blog post? Because in the last blog post... that didn't last long, did it? The latest blog post is what I was trying to say. The Hytale dev team announced that they wouldn't make any more of those blog posts. They'd instead do other stuff, like social media oriented kind of things, announcements and stuff. So basically they'll still announce their progress, but it just won't be in the form of a blog post. So this guy here is a little pissed. Just so you know what's going on here. And also I just want to say, the only people that said it's the last blog post was the Hytale news channel and the people trying to recreate his or their success with the video. This whining doesn't seem justified to me, but hey, who am I to judge? I'm a YouTuber myself. A baby Farron in a nice forest. Really hope I'm pronouncing Farron correctly. Very cute. Again from the last blog post. Here's another fan art. First Hytale fan art. The adventurer finds the sword he wanted so much. But the weird thing is that he didn't find anyone, only bones, weapons, and some ores. After picking up the sword, he has a growl behind him. He lights up his magic and sees a figure from the shadows. I mean, it's cute. But why does this have 84 upvotes? Come on. Next post. Flame VFX improvement. Ooh, I didn't even see that. Noxy twittered out that they improved the flame particles, or basically how fire looks, right? So he tweets out here, for everything we mentioned in the blog post, there is usually a horde of smaller things we forgot to mention yet. This is amazing work of Logan Polina, who has been crushing it, leveling up our VFX among many other skills. There's the difference between the fire. First picture is from April and the second one is from only 1 week ago. So yeah, saw some improvement, I suppose. Not really a VFX professional, so I can't really judge this, but I'm glad we're making progress. Be aware the perils of the deep ocean, adventurer. A picture. Wait, this only got 68 upvotes? Are you serious? This is some great professional level artwork and it only got 68 upvotes. Like that small light you see there, let me zoom in, let me enhance. That's a diver. This is basically referring to the Kraken art we've already seen, like the Kraken concept art from that picture. I'll just blend it in. I'm sure I can find it later. I think it's amazing. I don't know why this stayed so low. Alright, this is reason for concern. I'll just read it out in all its length. As someone who's followed Hytale from the start, I've been extremely hyped for this game. It looks incredible, I'm still hyped, but a little bit less so. I'm starting to see Hytale fulfill the dreaded acquisition pattern. This is how it be sometimes. First, small studio begins work on an amazing, ambitious game and shares it with the community and keeps open and transparent communication regularly. Step 2, big company comes in and gives the devs a bunch of money to acquire the studio and the rights to the game. Devs say it will enable them to make the game even more awesome and nothing else will change, we promise. That is pretty much what happened. Third step, devs soon cut back on transparency and communication. They resort to just screenshots and small clips on Twitter to maintain hype. They promise it's because amazing things are coming and they don't want to water it down. This is the phase we're in now. Here's what I fear comes next. Or game gets a release date, perhaps a new trailer, merch, etc. Yay! Step 5. The game's depth is limited to what was already promised. Any other ambitious and awesome ideas devs had are set aside in favor of a quick release to take advantage of the fading hype for the game. But at least it works pretty well. 6. I move on to another game, and I'm salty and even more cautious about the next new ambitious game. Well, let's just hope for the best. He goes on to say, I'm not saying this is inevitable, it's just worrying me. I see a lot of optimism here, and I'm just afraid people are going to be let down. I'm not saying the game will become shitty, I'm just saying there will be no more radical and awesome features in the game. If you'd hoped for things like better fluid physics, larger scale AI behavior, like castle sieges, new procedural generation techniques, a greater world height and depth limit, flight physics, rope physics, electricity system, etc., I would be a little bit less hopeful of those things. I hope I'm wrong, and Epic doesn't try and rush the game and limit the R&D phase of development. Please don't hate me for this, I love Hytale. He's right, you know. This does make me a little nervous. We have heard that Riot takes a very hands-off approach, and their last big success was League of Legends, which was no small game. And it's still big after all these years, so I'm hopeful. And I'm just gonna upvote this to the score of 69 points. There we go. New super cool biomes. Again, one of the pictures we got with the last blog post. Latest blog post. I'm happy for Hytale. I'm just excited Hytale is a thing. I'll find my enjoyment in it, and hopefully others do too. 2021 or 2022 is going to be a really good year of gaming for me. What are you all most excited for about Hytale? See the answers? Creating my own custom server. Same. Too long. I don't want to read all of this. The video is too long already. Exploring the world for the first time. PvP and minigames. Puffers. Mountaining dinosaurs or dragons, different animals and dungeons. Yeah, I'm most excited for servers. Because servers are where the game flourishes. I know that Noxy is very active in the community, so there is a slim chance he sees this video. Noxy, if you see this, if the game gets released in 2 years from now, I don't mind. I can wait. If the game gets released in a month and it's not finished and polished, that would be disappointing. Just because of the post earlier, it made me nervous, okay? I just wanted to say, you and the rest of the dev team, take your sweet time with the game, alright? Also, I didn't upvote that art contest entry. Gonna do that, and it's gonna go to 69 points as well. Here's the first actual meme on this Reddit, and it just says fox, and instead of the Farons, it's just 2 foxes, and it was made by me. Yeah. Next post, I tried cutifying the Mosshorn, an artwork entry for the artwork contest, made by me. It's cute, isn't it? It's very good. It took me about 2 hours to make. I think it's good. Oh, here's that fire animation we got teased earlier. Very flammery, very fiery. Again, not a VFX artist, but it looks fine. Next meme, it just says Hytale and can't wait to make this in Hytale. Anyone remember that video? Also, this post was again made by me. Next post. I really hope this boy becomes an underwater boss or something. What do you guys think? Yeah, it's the Kraken concept art that I was talking about earlier. That thing sure looks amazing, and it looks like it would make for a very cool and difficult boss. Imagine if it like protected maybe a sunken pirate ship or some sunken treasure. That would make it worthwhile to kill it. If it's evil, I'll just assume that it's gonna be an enemy. Might be friendly. Might be. We don't know. But I'll assume. I'll assume. Something you really shouldn't do in 2020. Here's another artwork entry. This just says I stayed up until 2 AM to finish this spider. It looks decent. Looks a bit childish. But it's good. It's fine. Next post. My art contest entry once again. My entry for the fan art contest, Mosshorn. Looks pretty sick, dude. Let's see who made it. Oh, Seriamon. I made it. Hey! It's time for the most important question in the history of this subreddit. Which is the cutest, Mosshorn family or Farron family? I'm gonna have to side with the Mosshorns, I'm sorry. Here's another artwork by Clark Wolfgang. Another art contest entry, clash between a beast and a monster. And it's the Yeti from the trailer fighting the corrupted golem that we got teased. And I think the last post that was halfway decent. The Mosshorns are eating trees. It was just the Mosshorns from the blog post. And yeah, I think that's about all. Wait, there's one more interesting thing. Should Hytale be free to play or pay to play? And there's a total of about 300 votes, and 280 of those are paid to play. So everyone is hoping that it's gonna cost money. It's a bit unlikely considering that any game Riot Games has released till date was free to play. Until now, the price is only speculation. Oh, and one more post because it just got posted 1 hour ago, just so I don't miss it in case I don't see it next week. Concept fan art dwarfs. Very nice fan art. This is unofficial, keep in mind. And for this being unofficial, well done. Well done. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. If you enjoyed my Hytale Reddit review, go ahead and subscribe. I don't care about likes, I don't care about comments. I listen to the comments, but I'd much rather have you subscribe than do anything else. Cheers and have a nice week.